To get your own MeeGo application development started, you need to download and install the MeeGo SDK. The MeeGo SDK includes all the development tools you need in one package. At the heart of this SDK is Qt Creator. Qt Creator is a cross-platform IDE, which is short for Integrated Development Environment. This IDE has many awesome features to create powerful applications efficiently and deploy them on a variety of platforms. In this tutorial, I'm going to familiarize you with basic workflow on creating a MeeGo application. I'll introduce you to the Qt Creator's user interface and basic functionalities. Later on, we'll create a sophisticated Hello World and deploy it on a MeeGo-based device. So, let's get started. Okay, here I am in the Qt Creator's welcome screen. Let's start to create our Hello World example by setting up a new project. First thing you need to do is to select the correct project template for this project. In this example, I will use a Qt Quick application template. Insert the name of your project and select the folder where you want to save your project files. Now, let's keep the options on the upcoming dialogues in their pre-selected values. Okay, Qt Creator has created the files needed for this project. In the Projects pane, you'll see all the files that Qt Creator created for the project. Projects pane is visible when you are in the edit mode. You can switch modes from the mode selector on the left. Let's stay in the edit mode for now. You can see the main QML file opened in the editor. At the moment, the main QML contains the example code that specifies a rectangle and a text object containing the text Hello World. Let's switch to design mode to see how this application looks like. As you can see, the application is just a plain rectangle with a text object. Let's modify this text object a little bit to make it look nicer. Let's select the object. On the right, the Properties pane becomes visible. In the Properties pane, you can modify the parameters of the selected object. Let's change the text to the Better World. I'll change the font of the text bigger from the size parameter in the font section. Before I continue to modify the application in edit mode, I'll quickly run the application to see what we currently have. Okay, as you can see, it runs nicely. So far, this looks good. Let's close the window for now. I'll switch back to the edit mode to show some cool features in the editor. I want to change the background of my rectangle. So I'll move the cursor at the end of the rectangle object, and I'll get a small icon indicating that I am able to use the Qt Quick toolbar. The Qt Quick toolbar shows me available context-sensitive tools inside the editor. So, for example, in this case, I can set the background color of my rectangle just by selecting the desired colors from the palette. The editor automatically added the code for the modified rectangle parameters. Another great feature is the built-in documentation. When I move the cursor over the element in my code, I get the option to quickly access the documentation of that object by pressing F1. Let me show you how this works in practice. First, I'll add a new effect on the existing text element. I want to animate my text object to appear when the application starts. Let's set the opacity value of the text object to 0. Then we'll add another element to animate the opacity value. We'll do the actual animation with the element called number animation. As I type, I get suggestions from the autocomplete. I'll select the third option. I need to complete the element by setting the opacity value in the element from 0 to 1. I'll type in on opacity. I'll hover over the number animation and I'll press the F1 key to open the documentation regarding this element. The documentation with the example code opens beside my editor. This helps me populate the number animation object with the proper properties and values. I'll add an additional property called to, which defines the ending value of the opacity in the number animation. Let's change it to 1. This makes my element visible. Second property I need to define is the duration of the animation. I'll give the value of the duration in milliseconds. So let's type 8,000 for 8 seconds. Now I'll run my application again to see how it looks. Looks good to me. As you can see, developing applications with MeeGo is fun and pretty easy, especially with Qt Creator's intuitive and accessible help features. You can create visually stunning applications even with minimal coding experience. In the next video, we'll dive deeper into application development with QML and C++, the coding languages mainly used for MeeGo application development.